This is a quick overview of the layout of the 3rd and 4th grade curriculum pages for literacy. You will have a back to school first 2 weeks resource to help you. This is also going to be linked on the math curriculum pages as well. And you can see here that there's lots of good things for you. Building community, your Zoom expectations, Nearpods, all kinds of good things. Then you're going to come to some math resources and literacy resources. If you look at the 3rd through 5th grade, you have a read aloud discussion that you can use to help set your expectations for how you want students to respond to each other, a practice quiz with high frequency words, and some things about the writer's notebook. You may want to decide to have your students decorate their notebooks, general activities, technology, and then the sample checklist I think will be helpful to you as you think about laying out your week 1 and your week 2 and what you need to do when you're face-to-face with those students. So I think this will be helpful to you. If you hit the next button, it's going to take you to some how-tos in Canvas. And so then we'll hit Term 1. Term 1 in 3rd and 4th grade, you will see a virtual book room. This is just designed to be a nice resource to have all of your links in one place. You have lots of digital text that you can assign to students, whether they're virtual or face-to-face. And then lots of read aloud, interactive read aloud sites. The literacy manipulatives are really nice. This is kind of a magnetic letter site that you could also have students do word sorts if you wanted, and to practice any kind of word patterns and word building with that. And underneath you have just some kind of generic back to school resources, things you might want to think about as you're setting up your classroom. Things like, what do you put in their writer's workshop folder? Thinking about reading workshop. I have the genre posters for you, also have some bookmarks with language of response. You're thinking about your running records. Might be nice to have the coding and scoring at a glance. So these are just some things to help you as you're thinking about setting up your classroom. And I will continue to add to that. And then you have the digital learning Term 1 at a glance. And this document is really nice because it's going to show you all of your subjects in one place with a broad topic. Right here you have a report card assessment page. And on this page you have all of your report card assessments in one spot. It's just kind of meant to be a quick guide for you. If you'll notice, I've added Quiz 1 digital, Quiz 2 digital. I think it's important that we start to think about our students a little more holistically and not just one assessment. I think there could have been that misconception at one point that we just give the one assessment, the one report card assessment, and whatever they score on that is what they get on the report card. And that's not the case. We're looking at them holistically. So we will continue to add more options for summative assessments. You can see this page hopefully will be very helpful to you if you just need a quick look at what assessment, what standards are being assessed that term. They'll also be embedded within the week. So right here you have week 1, and this is your digital plan by topic, and that also has all grade levels on it. Right here you will have the read alouds that go with this week's lesson, but you're going to want to preview those first 2 weeks. So that would be a good time to really get the students familiar with those read alouds because they will be used in the content lessons. And so then you have your reading, writing, and your word study. And when you click on a week, this will be the way that you can preview the content videos and the charts and the lesson resources ahead of time. You can see that this one has 5, even though we're only going to be in school for 4 days. This one does not have a video, but this was also can be used as a resource for you if you want to do this with a reading conference, or maybe it works out when you have them face-to-face that you can include some of this. So sometimes you will see 5 lessons, but a lot of times you're going to see 4 lessons. And the thought behind that is, even if we go back to school 5 days a week, a lot of these lessons our students need more practice with. Like if you look at this lesson, share your opinion and support it with evidence. Students might need a second day with that as practice. So that's why sometimes you will see 5 and sometimes you will see 4. So if you look, let's see, character motivation for reading workshop. We'll go down here. When you get down here, you can see sometimes there will be an assessment slide down at the bottom, and that's where that one would fall. And you have some leeway as to when you feel like your students are ready, then you can give those assessments. So then we have a reading foundational button. And when you click this, you're going to see just resources that will help you in guided reading. What report card items will be there, and just some lessons to help you think about what to teach. We're still building this out. Hopefully there'll be some word work, and then also some term 1 prompts that will help you with those standards 4A, 4B, 5A, and 5B that are being assessed. And then also you can see that the fluency matches report card item 3 this time. So these are just some lessons and things that you could address during guided reading. And then you also have some important documents.